Good morning, my beautiful bee friends. So this morning, we're going to extract honey from 5 frames that we collected yesterday, and we're going to get those back on the hives. And I wanted to show you what I have been using to cut the honey, or cut the wax caps off, and how it all works, okay? So I've been using a knife. I've been trying out some different things, so I want to show you this. This is a bin, obviously fits inside the other bin, and my friend Rick gave me that. Thanks, Rick. Good guy. We really appreciate you. And this has holes drilled in the bottom of it, okay? So when I'm cutting I need that board. I think it's in the kitchen. Okay, so when I'm cutting the wax cappings off, the wax and the excess honey from the caps are going to fall into this bin. I have a wire here which stops that from moving around. And then what's going to happen is the wax is going to stay in this container, and the honey is going to drip through into the bottom. And what's going to happen then is I can pour it out of the cap here on the end. It's called a gate. So then what I will do is I will pour the honey from this into the mesh container there, and it goes into the bucket, and from the bucket it is to the point where I can just put it in jars. That's what's going to happen to the wax capping honey that doesn't get to the extractor. The frames we're going to put into the extractor, which is here. And you're going to go ahead and see us spin that, and thank you. And it will get, the centrifugal force will cause all of the honey to come out of those frames. So that's what we're going to do now. This is how the process works. And thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you viewing, and let's get going on this. So I've got to turn this around because it makes it a little easier since I am right-handed. All right, there we go. We're going to put a board right on the top of this, and you're going to see us do this a bunch of times because of the fact that, excuse my dog barking in the background, he doesn't like it when we leave the room. He's got a little separation anxiety, but he will calm down. So, all right, I'm going to put my camera up just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the caps off of this. And I really do like a regular knife much better than the heated knives. I've tried that pin roller. I've tried the pin roller. I've tried this type of thing here. Just sort of scratches the surface. So I found my weapon of choice here. I shouldn't say weapon, but my go-to for getting these caps off is just a regular knife and this scratch tool. So that's what I'm using. Save yourselves a bunch of money. Just get yourself one of these if you're a smaller production. You know, you don't need all the big, huge extras. By the end of next year, I'm hoping to have 10 hives set up. Right now we have 4. But I think it's a pretty good start. We actually purchased enough bees for 3 nukes in the spring, and I have turned it into 4. And I did that split on the 4th of July, which worked out very, very well. And that hive is thriving. All right, that one's good. And I'm going to go and do the other side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out after this, after I'm done with the honey, and I'm going to put these frames right back on there, because this drawn out comb, the bees will go right ahead and fill that right back up. And the faster I get them back on there, the faster they're going to complete that process. Having drawn out comb is extremely important. So if you ever get a chance to get some drawn out comb from someone, but it's good, but you have to be very careful who you're getting it from. Make sure it's a reliable source, that you know that they haven't had any die outs or any problems like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your frames and you're going to freeze them. And that will kill anything that might have been in that comb, like wax moths and different things like that. You don't want any of those being introduced to your hive. So be very, very careful who you're getting used equipment from, and make sure there's somebody that you know that really knows bees and what they're doing. Okay, would you put that one in the extractor for me? Thank you so much. Very nice. I appreciate your help. And if you would hand me another one of those, we will go continue. Thank you very much.
You did on this one.
So that's kind of cool though. Look at that wax. And my hand's sticky, but the wax is pretty neat. You can see all the little bumps in it. The honey, all the honey on the back. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get the cappings off, because if you look at this, I'll show you on the next one. Like this part right here, that's they're flush is the problem. You kind of need them built out to get them off easy. That doesn't always happen. I think before I put these back out on the hives, I'm going to cut all this burr comb off of them. But I don't want to do that now, because I don't want to lose any more of the honey that's dripping out right this minute. So I can do that after and clean these up real well. So as you can see how it's kind of bumpy. What's going on there is these are frames that I have already harvested honey from, and they've drawn it back out and capped it, but they're not as perfect as the ones that they draw out the first time. So that's why it looks a little funny. So I'd like to get my channel a little bit more interactive, see some more comments. I want to know, so how many hives do you have? Is it your first year beekeeping? Let me know, guys. I'd like to know who's viewing and what your experiences are. And also, what else would you like me to show you that I'm doing when it comes to beekeeping? Is there any questions that you might have that I could answer? You know, what is it that you want my channel to show you? If there's something that you have in mind when it comes to beekeeping, please put it in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer any of those questions, or make a video on something that you're interested in. What I'm basically doing right now is just showing you step by step from the beginning right through until the next season. You'll be able to see if my bees survive the winter. And like I said, I'm in upstate New York, so it's really cold, and like last winter was freezing cold, and an awful lot of people lost their hives last year, and it was really a shame. So, and the springtime was really interesting because we had so much rain, and that really slowed down everything for the bees. They couldn't get out and forage the way they needed to, so it basically threw off the timing of a lot up here in New York when it came to the harvesting of the honey, and I think it kind of set everybody back about maybe 3 weeks, so maybe a little more. Weather's really important when it comes to the pollinators. Obviously, if it's raining, they can't get out and forage, because if it's raining, they can't fly. And a lot of times they'll hide in the flowers or under leaves if they're out and it's raining, but most of the time they try to get home. They only fly within 3 miles of their hive, so it's not that far. But obviously they're going to get caught in a little rainstorm here and there, so they do have a way of hiding under leaves and different things like that to get away from the rain. Also, when honeybees are about to die, most of the time they don't even go back to the hive. They'll just sort of hang out and do their thing away from the hive, which is good, because the little bees that have the job of taking the dead things out of the hive would be like working like crazy. And here you go. So that really is an interesting plan that they have, the way they don't go back to the hive. They'll just sort of spend the time they got left out in the flowers and out in the breeze. I need another one. Or we have 4 in there now? We have 4 in there now?
No, we got 3.
Okay, so let's do one more. So I'm really interested to see what it is that you all want to learn about. That'll be very interesting to me. I really appreciate when you comment. It lets me know that you're there. Please tell your friends about us. That would be really great. I've been trying really hard to get to 180 subscribers, and we're 1 short. Who's going to be that 180th subscriber? It's been 3 days, and I'd really like to see that happen. I know I've been slowing down a little bit on the videos. I apologize for that. But, right now I'm basically just waiting for the bees to make honey. I will be going in to the hives very shortly and doing a really good inspection, probably I'm hoping in the next 3 days, but it is so incredibly hot out there right now. I don't want anybody getting injured by heat stroke, because you have to get into the suits and all, and that can be dangerous if you're not well hydrated, and it's hot. So be extremely careful and make sure that you're drinking enough when you're tending bees. Make sure you drink a lot, especially the day before. Speaking of drinking water, something I just learned. If you get stung by a honeybee, and I know this part, but the end of it is very interesting. If you get stung by a honeybee, what we have learned works really well is, first thing you're going to do is you're going to get that stinger out. You're not going to pinch the top of it because it will push more venom into your skin. what you're going to do is you're going to push it out from the bottom, like scratch along the bottom of it, along your skin with either a credit card or a hive tool or your fingernail. And what we have at our back door, so everybody knows it's sitting there, there is a little mason jar, like a jelly jar, and it's full of ammonia. And we have that sitting there, so because as soon as you get stung, about maybe 10, 15 seconds in, maybe a little longer, the burn begins. And if you put some ammonia on that area, don't get it in your eyes. Be very, very careful around your eyes. Don't, inhale it a lot, that type of stuff. But put a little dab on there. It will stop the burning immediately. It basically counteracts the venom. And it will still swell. There's one for you. But if you start icing it on and off for the next 2 hours, and also if you can take Benadryl, take Benadryl. That's what we found. I think I'm sticky. So, but all those things help, especially the ammonia. So, I'll go ahead and put everything in here. You can see these slide down into these frames on the inside here. And you have to have them setting so they're square too. And we're going to go ahead and give her a good spin. You got to hold it down because it's not fastened to anything on the bottom. Here, let me show them this real quick. These little panels on the top, if you push them all the way in, they'll knock because of these pieces right here. So what you have to do is pull them out just a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Give it a good spin. So I was excited. We went out in the orchard this morning and we picked up a whole bunch of peaches and a bunch of tomatoes. And we looked at our plum trees. Man, the plums are just about ready. We've got, 6 or 7 plum trees that are really bursting with plums, and I can't wait to eat those. That'll be really nice. But the bees are really doing a fantastic job for us, pollinating everything. Probably in another couple years, we're going to have probably about 40 apple trees that are really doing well. We're going to have huge amounts of apples. Our vineyard is doing very well. We actually planted some hazelnut trees or bushes. I don't know what they're going to end up being, if they're big or small, but we did get those. There's 2 of those. And if you want to see what we've got out in our orchards and out in our yard that we've planted for the bees, you can go ahead and check out my other video. There's it's Grandma's Garden. That'd be really great. Alright, I think we can pull it out now. Let's flip them around. You want to take those, since my fingers are sticky, why don't you grab those? Or just one of them's fine. Yeah, that did a really good job. So, you see how it's gone from this color to this color? That's what we want to see. So now I'm going to turn the frame so that the honey side is out. And again, I'm going to put it in so it's nice and square. So, let's see. It's kind of, okay, there was wax on the bottom.
Well, there's wax on the side.
Yeah, there's wax on the side, so I couldn't get it in. So, I've got something very interesting coming up, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen.
That's not, I don't think that's right.
It's good. Can you let go of that, please? All right, so I have something very interesting that's going to happen here shortly, I believe, as long as everyone can make time in their schedule for it. I'm going to be going to, okay, let go, please. All right, so I'm going to be going to an apiary where there are, I believe, 20 hives, and I'm going to be interviewing the wonderful person who works that set of hives, and we're going to be learning a lot. So I want you to stay tuned for that video. I was told that that's going to happen most likely at the end of August. So we will see how that pans out and our timing of that whole thing. But that's super exciting. So I'm sure we'll learn a lot. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and I hope you're learning something. Like I said, put in the comments what your questions and what you'd like to learn about beekeeping. Basically, I have been trying to teach as many people as I can. I've been getting people suited up and when they're curious, because someone did that for me. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for bringing my boy and I out and letting us see the bees and realize that we were not as frightened as we thought we were gonna be. I was actually quite terrified, and it's beekeeping is extremely peaceful, believe it or not. It really, really is. If you're one of my friends out there and you're in central New York and you'd like to come out and get suited up and be in one of my videos, you just let me know and you can come on out. We'll schedule a time and we'll take care of you. As long as you want to be in a video, that'd be great. So, this extractor, guys, I got a really good deal. I think it was like somewhere around 70 bucks. What I've been finding is around Black Friday, you can get an awful lot of good deals on your beekeeping equipment. I've been buying my equipment for over 2 years, one piece at a time, and I've been watching every video I can get my eyeballs on. So it's a really good idea to learn and learn and learn and buy things a little at a time, especially if you don't have the means. But just because you don't have the means all at once doesn't mean that you can't be a beekeeper. Be encouraged about that, because you can do it. You just buy one thing. Look on there and buy the cheapest thing. Doesn't mean it's going to happen real fast, but it can happen. So, then that's like all kinds of things in life. If you want it bad enough, you'll figure out a way to do it.
Are we going to have to keep
one
in there?
Just go ahead and put those back in there. And we're going to keep these 3. So what I'm going to do now is I only have 1 frame left. But because this will be off center, balance-wise, I'm going to go ahead and cut the wax off the other one. I'm going to leave these 3 frames in there for some counterweight. And I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys back over here. We're going to cut the wax off of this one. And then we're going to put this in with the other 3. So that way we have counterweight so it doesn't spin quite as awkwardly. It's going to be awkward, but because of the weight of the honey in this one. Okay, so I wanted to show you this. You see how, let me bring it down just a little bit. Love being able to see my camera in here. Out in the sun, I can't see it. Okay, you see how this actually extends past the frame? That'll come off real easy. But this part down here, it's all indented. That's what I'm going to have to scratch off. So I'm going to put my knife right along the wood on both sides. And I'm going to keep it tight against that frame. And go straight down. Whatever it doesn't get, my knife is bending on me here. Whatever it doesn't get, I'll scratch. So, and we want to do as little damage to our drawn out comb as possible, so that way the bees can fill it faster. Even this is relaxing. You know, I've heard some people say this is the worst part of beekeeping, and to me, I don't think think that's true. I think getting in the bee suit and being massively hot out there is even harder. And I notice that my thought process when I'm out there with the bee suit on and I start getting really hot, I'll say the wrong words. And like I said, extruder for extractor the other day. And I'm like, wait a minute. So now I'm mixing my hobbies up. I actually make a lot of things with plastic, and I have an extruder on my machine. And the extruder, what that is a an area that heats up the plastic and pushes it out through it. And I've been getting extruder, extractor, excluder, so the queen excluder, the extractor, and the extruder on my other machine all mixed up in my head. So the thing you spin the honey out is the extractor. The thing on the plastics machine is the extruder, and then the queen excluder. Okay, I got that straight. So now y'all know that what they are. So when you hear me say that in other videos, you know that I was just hot and couldn't think straight. But I'm a real person, and that's the way it is. So learn what you can from me, guys, and thank you so much for your encouragement. Somebody wrote and said that they loved my videos. I try to be very down to earth, and if I make a mistake, I'm not afraid to say so. So once I catch it, that is. All right, look at that. Nice. Let's put that one right in there.
Wonderful beef vintage.
All right, let's go right back up and you guys can watch this again. Watch it spin. All right, pull those back just a little bit. My hands are extremely sticky. Okay, I should just go smear my hands on some toast. Or bread. I'm going to put my foot on there. You know what honey is really good on? What's honey really good on for you? What do you like it on?
Just about anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so I sold some to a gentleman that owns a restaurant yesterday, and he's going to use it in his wings, in his wing sauce. And I know that there's some honey cookies out there. I'm going to try those. Try to make those and look up any other honey recipes. I was actually thinking about trying to dehydrate some honey, putting it in little containers, stick it in the, like for cough drops. I don't know if that would work, but I'm going to give it a shot. Probably not. I think you probably have to heat it somehow to make it so it'll go hard, but we're going to check into that. And let's see, I love honey in my tea. I'm a big tea fanatic. I like just about any kind of tea that I can get my hands on. Go ahead, my arm slid. I actually collect tea from all around the world. And I like, let's see, peach tea. I like black raspberry tea. What's your favorite kind of tea? You have one, John? I like fennel tea. Fennel tea is good. Any favorite tea? No, you're more of a coffee man, right? Coffee's never been my thing. But have you put honey in your coffee?
All the time.
Yeah? So it's good in that too. I saw somebody actually make a cake the other day, a yellow cake, and they actually put honey all over the top of it instead of frosting. That was a real good, healthy way to do that. I think we're good. Tell me what you use your honey for, guys. Put that in the comments.
I gotta remember
Want to take that one?
which one it is.
I can see which one it is. It's got honey in it still. Let go of that, please. So it'll turn. Okay. Can you, yeah, there we go.
I think next time.
Hey, you gotta let go of it so it will turn toward me. There we go.
We need to do it at different stages.
What do you mean? This one's all, these are all crazy in here. Let's get them setting right because they were so light they moved on us.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I
If
think
we get
that,
oddballs again, we should only spin it, like take one out
okay.
and then spin it.
Well, in a minute I'm going to show you the honey down in there. I'm going to have it pour out the front so you can see. There's a lot of spinning in it.
We need to put this up for a drill.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. You put a power drill on the end of it somehow. My husband's a genius. He knows how to hook up all this stuff. Save your arm, wouldn't it? Look at it. Look at him go. Lots of work there, Johnny. Well, I appreciate you doing the spinning. I think we're good. You got that? It's falling. Thank you. Take that one. All right. These frames are going to be dripping, so I think we'll just set them down in the box down here. Because I don't really want them dripping all over the... Can you let go of that, please? Let go of it. Thank you. That way it can move. Thank you, thank you. Why don't you take that other frame and put it down in here so that the honey doesn't drip all over my freezer. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. All right, you're good. That can stay there. All right, let's bring you guys right back around the front here. Bring it right down to the gate. And always remember to make sure that this gate on your extractor is closed before you start this process. And also the gate on your bucket below has to be closed. So let's see, get you a good shot. What you see down in here is just wax. All the wax is going to come out now. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Ooh, look at that. And here we go. So I'm hoping we're going to get about 25 pounds of honey from these 5 frames. We'll see. It might be a little less, but we shall see. And the other thing is, I'm behind the extractor now, and I've got some pieces of wood, and I'm going to start tipping the extractor so it goes toward the bucket. And I got to be careful that doesn't fill up too fast, so let me slow this down just a little bit because it's got to have time to drain through there. I don't want it to overflow right over the top. And you can see that it's going down into the bottom of the bucket down there, and it's nice and clean and ready to go into the containers. So you all have a wonderful day, and don't forget to be kind to everyone. And thank you so much for subscribing.